Okay, what's going on with Bitcoin and for crypto? What's going to happen next? Do we go up or do we go down? Well, lucky for you guys, I've got my crystal ball here today, so let's get straight into it. So obviously we've had a little bit of a dip here, right, with Trump and his tariffs again, right? He released his tariffs news, and that's obviously crashed it. So it's due to the stock market again, right? Bitcoin's just following the stock market, but this probably isn't going to be a big dip. It might be a big dip, right? We could come down into this range here in between these two white lines. We could come back into that range if it gets worse, but it's probably not going to get worse, in my opinion, because we already had that fear last time. The market had a massive overreaction last time with the tariffs, right? I don't think it's going to be that bad again, right? We already know about the tariffs. It's not like a shock. It's not a shock to the system anymore, right? So it's probably not going to come down here. I think it's probably going to bounce up, but just beware, it could come down here, right? But we've already broken beneath this blue trend line, which this blue trend line is the resistance line for the previous bull markets, right? So we got the top in 2017, the top in 2021, and it leads us over here. So we've broken beneath this, okay? And now we come down to test the previous swing high here at 112,000, and we bounced off of that exactly, because obviously you've got people that are buying beneath this line because they can see that it's a support. The same on this side of the line, right? You've got people that are in shorts and then they close their shorts because it's coming up to the resistance line, and then that pushes the price up a little bit. So there's no guarantee this is going to hold, but right now it's bouncing off of it. Again, it's basically going to come down to how the stock market reacts this week when it opens tomorrow. We'll have to see what happens in the news and whatever, and that will determine where the price of Bitcoin moves. But so long as everything remains fine, then I think we're probably going to go back up into this range and hopefully soon enough break 120,000, right? I think it's going to happen sooner or later. But I am being careful right now, right? Because this isn't a confirmed bounce yet. We need to see what's going to happen in a week. Like, this could break and it could come down into this range back here, down to 100,000 again. On the liquidity heat map, there's still liquidity to be grabbed all the way down here, down to 100,000, and then there's just a big blank space. So I think it's definitely possible that we could come down and take all of this out before coming back up. But maybe not, because there is some liquidity starting to build on top right now. So we could go up at any point. But there is a chance that we can go down, right? But then it's probably not going to go lower than that. I doubt it's going to go beneath 100,000. I think the only reason for it to go beneath 100,000 would be, there's some really bad news, right? If we get a crash in the market overall, then we can, right? But I'm definitely not looking at that right now. That would be a black swan event sort of thing. So as far as I'm concerned, we either bounce off of this, we go back into this range up here, or we break down here and then we come down here before bouncing back up, right? Or something like that. And once we get back above this blue resistance line again, right, obviously it's a trend line, so it's moving upwards, so this pattern's probably going to hold above that, and it's going to kind of move up slowly along with it, right? So the longer it holds that line, the higher it's going to go before squeezing up higher. Ethereum's holding up pretty strong so far, but if we do get a breakdown in the market, then Ethereum's probably going to come down here somewhere, or maybe back in this range here. But if Bitcoin's going to continue moving higher, then hopefully Ethereum can break out of this resistance up here at $4,100, which would hopefully lead to a full-blown alt season, right? Solana's not doing much. Solana's just going sideways. SWI, I'm still watching SWI, right? So if we get a further pullback on SWI, or in the market in general, when we come back to this trend line here, I'm probably going to be interested in going long on this. So let's see what happens with that. But it might not come down here. If we're going to obviously move up again, then obviously SWI's probably going to move up. SWI's pretty strong. Then maybe I'll buy on the breakout. This is the main coin I'm building a trade in right now, because I think this has got a good chance of getting listed on Binance and Coinbase pretty soon, right? This coin's been out for ages. It's rose to 2 billion market cap at the peak, and it's still not on Binance and Coinbase. So I think it's only a matter of time. The volume's pretty strong as well. It's a strong coin. Everybody knows about it. And yeah, it's not on Binance and Coinbase yet, so it's probably going to get it. When it does get it, it's going to go higher, in my opinion, right? So I've just been trying to build a trade into this. I did first enter up here on the first pullback, and I got stopped out, okay? So it's come down here, and I've re-entered here. I did re-enter the other day, back here, and it came down, so I moved my stop loss down, because I thought there was a good chance it was going to bounce, so I moved my stop loss down, gave it a nice wide stop loss. I'm using 3x leverage for this, by the way. And obviously it's bounced back up now. And I knew this was a strong area of support, which is why I confidently moved my stop loss down. Because it bounced here, this wick here, at the bottom of the move before it went up here. Okay. So I thought it was likely to do the same thing again. That was obviously a big area of interest, right? And this is the weekly chart for it right now, right? This is the most textbook cup and handle pattern ever. So look at this, look, you just got big cup here, okay, handle here, and then a breakout, okay? It's textbook cup and handle pattern. Like, I've never seen a cup and handle pattern that pretty. Like, that's just perfect. And this is on the weekly chart right now, okay? So this is the weekly support here, right, on this candle here at 1.45 cents. And obviously it bounced straight off of that, basically, which also coincides with the 618 Fibonacci level. So there's a lot of support zones going on here that makes me think it was going to bounce. And it did bounce. So I got that one right. I should really have added more down the bottom, but it's always easy to say that, right? But I was being careful because you don't know what the market's going to do. It could have dumped further. But there is, obviously, we're at a level of support with Bitcoin right now, and I'm at a level of support with this particular coin as well. So pretty strong support going on. But that doesn't mean it can't break. So yeah, I'm thinking about adding to this position if we get a little bit of a pullback. Basically, I want to see how Bitcoin's gonna behave, right? And if everything's going to hold up, there's not going to be anything shaky going on when the market opens tomorrow or in the week, then I'm going to start adding to the position. Or we can get a little bit of a pullback on this, maybe start adding to the position. But then as it moves up, because this is going to be like a position trade, right? I'm going to be holding this position until the Coinbase and the Binance listing, hopefully. And as this moves up, I'm either going to take profits or take partial profits, okay, to de-risk a little bit and then buy in more on the pullbacks. I'm either going to do something like that, or I'm just going to move the stop loss up as it moves along, right? I'm just going to trail the stop loss up as it moves higher. But yeah, I plan on holding this for a while. Like, I'm thinking somewhere up here, $4 or $5. Although, to be fair, I'm probably just going to take the stop loss up and just keep moving the stop loss up with it. And then once the stop loss gets hit, then that's when I'll be out, right? That's the good thing about this, about futures, is that you can put like a stop loss. Obviously, you can do that on spot as well. But if you're going to hold all your money on spot on the exchange, then you might as well just use a little bit of leverage on you, even if it's just 2x. Like I said, I'm using 3x, so it's a pretty reasonable amount of leverage, right? But you still got to be careful even with 2 or 3x. So yeah, if you don't know what you're doing with the leverage, then just be careful, because you can lose money pretty fast if you're not careful. I made that mistake when I first tried it. You know, you see all the leverage, and then you hop straight to the 100x leverage, don't you? Because you think, oh, if I just put a tenner in on 100x leverage, now that's 1,000 in the trade, right? Whereas you don't really feel comfortable going in on a 2 or 3x leverage with a higher amount of money, right? So it's tempting to just go straight into the higher leverage because you can use less money, which is fine to learn like that, but you will lose the money that you put in. I'll almost guarantee that. It's basically like a slot machine at that point, right? The super high leverage really is only to be used on quick scalps, you know. That's for scalpers to use, really. But yeah, it's kind of a gamble using the high leverage. So anyway, virtuals. This coin is not really doing much, it's just kind of going sideways. If it goes down into this green box over here, it's probably a good buying zone in my opinion. But we'll see what happens with this. There's not really much attention on this one right now, so I'm not massively interested in it. But if it does come down into these levels again, I'll probably be interested in it. So this one I was looking at is the Pump Fund token. Okay, so at the launch, there was lots of unlocks and stuff that the team obviously got straight away. So it launched, it went up, and then there was loads of unlocks for the team, and it's had a big sell-off because of that. And now it's consolidating sideways, and I believe there's not unlocks. I'd have to double check that. I can't remember exactly what the unlock said, but I believe that the unlocks happened here, and there's not any unlocks for a while, I think. So now it's just kind of, it looks like it's bottoming out. Maybe not, it could go lower, but to me, based on experience, this looks like it could be at the bottom. Maybe, because if we just look at something else like Pudgy Penguins, so this one, Pengu, it did pretty much the same thing, right? It launched straight away, it was on Binance and Coinbase straight away, and then it had loads of allocations to the insiders and stuff, and it dumped, okay, right from launch, but it's already launched straight into a high market cap, right? So yeah, it dumped, and then it started to recover over time, right? So maybe this one's going to be a similar story, you know? You see it quite a lot of coins that do that, but also maybe not, right? You don't know. But if we see this one starting to show signs that it's going to start recovering, then I'm probably going to be interested. Fartcoin I'm still looking at, but I'm not too interested in it right now. It's kind of printing a double top here, so if we get a pullback in the market, then this can probably pull back down to this green box, or maybe consolidate above the green box somewhere. If the market has a pullback, then this double top pattern could probably play out. So I'm not touching this one just yet. And I'm not really interested in shorting because I think the chance that we're going to continue higher in the market is probably a higher percent chance, right? So I'm not really interested in shorting anything right now. And also you can make more money on longs as well, because the maximum amount of money you can make with a short is 100%, right? If the price drops 100% and goes to absolutely zero, then you make 100% gain, right? But obviously 100% gain to the upside is double, right? But then you can go triple, quadruple, so you can make way more money with longs. So long-ins better, basically. Unless you're in a bear market, then obviously good time to be shorting. Pepe as well, if Ethereum breaks out and shoots up, Ethereum goes on a massive run and breaks all-time highs, then Pepe's probably going to be a good one to buy into on the breakout. Like they say, if Ethereum breaks the all-time high, so if Ethereum's going to break out of this resistance and start shooting up higher, and especially if it's going to break all-time high, then it might be a good idea to get into Pepe on the breakout. So I'm kind of keeping my eye on that. Those are the main ones I'm kind of looking at for entries as the market moves higher. This meme coin as well, Aura, right? I think this one can do well because it's only 150 million market cap, I believe it is right now. And yeah, I think this one could do pretty well just because it's Aura. You know, I think it's a good meme. I think this one can, like this one's not on Binance and Coinbase yet, or it's not on a lot of exchanges actually. So yeah, this is a good meme, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it though, because 150 million, it's already had a massive pump from here. But I still think this could do like another 10x, maybe more. So this one's kind of interesting. Just kind of watching this one. It's kind of ranging in between these two white lines right here. So we'll see what happens. But obviously I prefer this one, Kokoro, because it's just over a 10 million market cap right now. And obviously it's the real life sister dog to Doge and Nero. That's what this coin's based on. So just based on that narrative alone, 10 million market cap is nothing, right? So in my mind, I'm super early to this, and this has got 100x potential. These white lines are the support resistance lines, right? It's basically 10 million market cap, 15 million and 20 million, okay? Pretty basic. Technical analysis isn't really that important for a small meme coin like this. Technical analysis works better on the bigger coins. So yeah, we've got the psychological levels at 10, 15 and 20 million market cap. Or you could say 0 point a bunch of zeros 2, 0 point a bunch of zeros 4, 0 point a bunch of zeros 6. I don't know why they've got to put so many zeros, it's just annoying. But yeah, those are the levels. We're kind of coming down to the 10 mil market cap now, so I'm thinking about loading up my bag heavier on this one. Even heavier than already now, because this is my only spot bag that I hold right now. I've got a little bit in some other ones, just a little bit, but this is the main big spot bag I'm holding. It's the only big spot bag I'm holding. I think this is just a legit chance at a moonshot. This is the best moonshot opportunity I've ever seen. So maybe I'm wrong, but I'll take that risk. Either I set myself up for life, or I just continue going on as I am. My life isn't going to change that much if it goes wrong. So, and the potential payoff is that I set myself up for life. So I'll take that risk. I will take that bit. But yeah, it's kind of forming this falling wedge pattern, so we can break above this. Then maybe we're going to break out and have a little pump higher and start moving up. But yeah, really it's just going to come down to exchange listings and hype, really, with the meme coins. Obviously if Ethereum starts breaking out as well, then a lot of the money's going to go into Ethereum based meme coins such as this one. And yeah, this is the moonshot for me, Kokoro. Yeah, so it's at 11.6 million market cap right now at the time of this recording. HTX have been constantly posting videos of this dog as well. They posted loads and loads of these videos over the course of the past few months, and they did have like a vote to list campaign recently, HTX. So Kokoro did pass through that, so maybe that's going to lead to a listing pretty soon, right? But I think it's bound to happen sooner or later anyway, because like I said, they're posting these videos. Like this is the most recent one, so I'll just show you that quick. So yeah, these stupid random little videos they keep posting. You know, you've clearly got Nero right there with the cat, which the family that owns this dog, which is the same family that owned the Dogecoin dog, right? You know, they own this one, Nero, and they own this cat too, okay? And then you've got Kokoro right there. So they're clearly posting loads of videos about this dog, right? So it's pretty blatant that they're obviously interested in it, because otherwise why the hell would they post these videos, right? So yeah, you know, it's just a patience game with this one, you know. The overall trend with this one is up, right? That's a clear uptrend. It's just up and to the right if you ignore all the noise, right? It's just up and to the right. And if this one follows the same path as Nero, then this is what this is going to look like. Okay, so in case you can't see it, that's the chart down there. Okay, down here, that's the chart, and that's where it's going to go if it follows the same path as Nero. So yeah, let's see what happens when we get the next meme season. It's entirely possible, right? And in fact, Nero did that even before the meme coin season even hit. So going by that logic, if the meme season does hit and it's even bigger than the last one, then I don't see any reason why I can't even do even more numbers than that. But we'll see. We'll have to see how it plays out. But regardless, I think this has still got room to move, even if it's not going to go that high, because it's so early right now. It's so low in price, and it's not on many exchanges yet. I just feel like once it starts to grow and they start to build more, there's just so much room for growth with this one. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Please drop me a like if you liked the video, and also go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos similar to this one coming soon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.